Creatine's salty. That tastes like dog shit.
My name is Nathan Watkins, and I'm here to give a biographical speech on Dwight D. Eisenhower. I'm here to inform my audience about Dwight D. Eisenhower's accomplishments. Dwight D. Eisenhower, also known as Ike, is the 34th President of the United States and was one of the most undervalued presidents we've ever had. Dwight is a person that has always sparked my interest because of his military career while also becoming a president. I jumped on the opportunity of being able to do a speech on him to inform other people about his many accomplishments. I'm here to tell you why he should be appreciated more and what a few of his more significant accomplishments are. It all started in college for Dwight. Dwight started his military career by graduating from the U.S. Military Academy, also known as West Point. He finished 61st in his class of 164 and started his career after college as a second lieutenant. Dwight quickly moved through the ranks, earning captain in just 2 years. Then from 1918 through 1919, he led the Tank Corps at Camp Colt and was later promoted to lieutenant colonel. He then served as the executive officer of the 20th Battalion in the Panama Canal Zone. Dwight later graduated from the Command and Staff School, then the Army War College, and served as the Chief of War and led all Allied forces in Europe, most notably the Battle of North Africa, in Sicily, and in Italy. Dwight later retired and ran for President of the United States. He was elected in 1952. Dwight was one of 5 presidents to never hold a political office before becoming president. He was also the first president to be on a color TV, and he was also the first to be prevented from running for re-election by the Constitution. His first act as president has contributed the most to our everyday life. Dwight is the president that brought us interstates. When he first inherited the office, there was only 6,500 miles of the interstate system, and it was primarily used by the military to transport cargo. When he finished, he brought us 41,000 miles of public interstates. Dwight got the idea from the Germany Autobahn during his time overseas, and he later saw it in action in America when he traveled the first transcontinental convoy with the U.S. military that started in Washington, D.C. and went to San Francisco, California. This ride significantly shaped his view of the highways and their role in national defense. During his first State of the Union, Dwight said it was his goal to protect the vital interest of every citizen in a safe and adequate way. During his time as president, it is considered he was most impactful during the Korean War because of his prior military experience. Then, as just a newly elected president, he went to Korea to talk to troops and military leaders, both the United States and Korean leaders. Dwight said in a speech, "We cannot stand forever on a static front and continue to accept casualties. Small attacks on small hills will not win this war." Dwight later flexed his military muscle and used his prior diplomacy to his advantage. Dwight ended the war by the signing of an armistice which later freed South Korea. This was huge for his political career, but it was not the only document Dwight signed. Eisenhower signed the Civil Rights Act of 1957, which was the first civil rights legislation since the Reconstruction Act. This new act established the Civil Rights section in Congress and gave authority for people to investigate discrimination for all races. In conclusion, Dwight started his military career where he was extremely accommodated and had a very prestigious career. Then after being elected, Dwight, as president, brought us 41,000 miles of the interstate system for public use. Finally, Dwight ended the Korean War and signed the Civil Rights Act. Eisenhower is one of the most undervalued presidents we've ever had, although he did many great things that contributed to our country both in the office and on the battlefield. Dwight deserves more recognition and respect for what he did to this country. My sources are armyhistory.org, archives.com, and eisenhowerlibrary.com. Again, my name is Nathan Watkins, and I'm giving a biographical speech on the 34th President, Dwight D. Eisenhower.